Tax filing day quickly approaching, but this year we do have an extra couple of days, and here to talk about that as well as some great tax tips, Ken Horton, Vice President of Finance at California Coast Credit Union. Good to see you again, Ken.
Yeah, good morning, Jim.
All right, so the calendar kind of works in our favor this year.
It does, and it's not just one issue, it's actually two issues this year, because this year, April 15th falls on a Saturday, which would normally push the tax filing date to Monday the 17th. But there's an additional twist because Washington, D.C. actually has a holiday on Monday, April 17th. So that's going to push the day out one more to Tuesday, April the 18th. So this year you actually have 3 extra days to file your taxes.
And some people will then procrastinate an extra 3 days.
Indeed they will.
To get it done.
Yes.
All right, in terms of throughout the year and being smart with paying your taxes, you want to pay what you owe, right?
Pay what you owe, but don't pay more. What happens is that a lot of people have too much withheld from their check, and they end up with a big refund at the very end of the year, which that's not necessarily a bad thing, except you've given the federal government and the state government an interest-free loan for that period of time. So you want to maybe try to overshoot just a little bit, but not too much, so that you're not giving this big loan to the government.
And it's hard not to do that. I'm one of those that, I don't know, psychologically I look forward to getting that tax refund because it feels like a boost.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. You shouldn't overpay. You're letting the government hold your money.
Exactly.
What is, in terms of that process, is there a number that you put on it and say, well, definitely don't let them hold more than this?
Yeah, in your tax planning, try not to over-withhold more than about $1,000 for the entire year. That way you have a nice little refund coming at the end of the year, but it's not so much where you've given this big interest-free loan to the government.
And in filing now, you have to be aware of this new PIN number that goes out that can be changed every year. It's a part of, I guess, preventing ID theft. Tell us about that.
Yes. So what the IRS will do is if you have a situation where there's suspected identity theft and perhaps people have tried to file taxes under your tax ID number, which happens very frequently these days, what the IRS will do is they'll send you, I believe it's a 6-digit PIN, and so when you file your taxes, you need to make sure that you have that PIN entered into whatever tax software that you use, and then that way it validates to the IRS that that filing is really good and true.
I hadn't heard about it before this morning. I was wondering, do you have to contact the IRS to get the PIN? Do they send you the PIN automatically? How do you get involved in? Because I think it's a great idea. You should have a PIN number now because this ID theft is just so rampant.
Yes. You can proactively call the IRS and ask for a PIN to be sent to you. That's one way. Or if the IRS suspects that you have been the victim of an ID theft, then they can go ahead and issue you one automatically.
Okay, and probably find out more irs.gov. And then finally, if you do need to extend, is the rule that you have to have money coming to you in order to get the extension?
No, that's not true. Actually, all taxpayers can file for an extension which can go for up to 6 months, but here's the twist. You have to pay by the due date, which in this case this year, April 18th, you have to pay your estimated taxes. Otherwise, you could subject yourself to a pretty substantial penalty.
Gotcha. The government's not going to wait on its money.
No,
they aren't going to let you hold their money while, they want to collect their interest on their money. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Kind of a rule to how we should not let them hold on to our money. They're not allowing it in reverse.
Yep.
Okay, Ken, pleasure to talk to you again this morning. Thank you so much, sir.
Good to see you, Jim.
Appreciate it. All right, let's send it over to Renee and check